Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are throwing it back today with a super ultra rich, bougie, expensive looking glam look that I have not done in so long. Essentially, this is just sort of how to look rich, bougie, expensive looking using a ton of Revolution products, aka it's so affordable, but mainly focusing on the new collab with Revolution Beauty, which is with Patricia. This is her rich in color, rich in life collab, which has basically inspired this whole makeup look. We've got 2 eyeshadow palettes and 4 face palettes in this collab, which is amazing. If you guys don't know Patricia, she is a huge British YouTuber. Not only is she absolutely stunning, but I love everything that she stands for, and this rich in color, rich in life campaign is basically just saying to be rich in life is just to be full of happiness, kindness, joy, passion, energy, and like rich in color represents that vibrance and like spice of life, and together that is just a match made in heaven. And these products I'm about to show you are absolutely heavenly. I will leave all the retailers where this will be available in the description bar down below, but it is available now on revolutionbeauty.com, superdrug.com, ulta.com, and beautybay.com. It'll be rolling out into many more. Like I said, I will leave them all in the description bar down below, and it'll be launching into stores from some of them very soon. So now, without further ado, and before we get into this rich, bougie, expensive looking makeup tutorial, let me show you the collection. So like I said, this collab contains 2 eyeshadow palettes, and for reference, this is actually the same size as my Ultimate Goddess palette. So just like I said, so you know, for reference, we've got 2. We've got the Rich in Color palette and the Rich in Life eyeshadow palette. Let me open them up for you and show you. They're of the like metal caliber, so it makes it a little bit lighter than just like plastic, and I love the black and gold. Again, makes it just look so rich and expensive. So in here, this is the Rich in Color palette. We've got a big mirror, which I feel like is a necessity, and then we have a bunch of bright colors, but obviously your classic matte warm tones to be able to whack in the crease and create kind of a more versatile looks. We've actually got a range of formulas in here as well. I used this one in the tutorial, and as you can see, it's actually a pressed glitter, and I use that more of sort of like an eye kind of glitter topper, which I think looks absolutely beautiful. We've got an array of mattes, shimmers, satins, so many beautiful colors to be able to create super vibrant and fun, expressive looking makeup. Let me swatch like a matte shade for you. This is Fruit Punch. These are pigmented AF. They feel super rich and creamy. I'll swatch this Honey Pot shade for you as well, which is a beautiful buttery yellow gold. Yeah, I love this one because it does have the wearable matte warm shades that you know I love, and then again, the most gorgeous array of super vibrant colors for you to play around with. So that was the Rich in Color palette, and then we've got like a switch up of the monochrome color scheme of her packaging, which I am obsessed with as well. This is the Rich in Life eyeshadow palette, which is probably, sorry that it's like a little bit used, obviously I've just used it. This is probably more of your like everyday wear, but we do have the beautiful pops of color in there and some bright matte shades down the bottom. Again, a slight mix of formulas as well. We've got mattes, satins. These ones are a little bit more of like a buttery satin, so again, super pigmented, especially if you use your fingers, so a little tip there. I'll swatch a few shades for you. This is the shade Extra AF, which is a beautiful teal shade. Sorry, I'm not meaning to flip you off there. I'll swatch some mattes for you as well. This is Never Say Never, which is a beautiful vibrant yellow shade, but I actually like them as like a diffuser shade when you're doing warm looks, because yellow can actually be super subtle during the crease. And then let me swatch this one, and this one is called Icon, which, as you guys can probably tell, is right up my street. It is a super bright copper, so pigmented. I wouldn't expect anything less. Yeah, this one is definitely just sort of more of your everyday go-to grab eyeshadow palette. All the satins and mattes are just so buttery and rich, and just what you would expect from a Rich in Life eyeshadow palette. Duh. So both of those eyeshadow palettes are retailing for £20, which I'm not sure what all the conversions are, but I'm pretty sure that's like $25, that sort of thing. So an amazing value for money. And then we have the 4 fabulous face palettes. They look like this and they sort of come in a similar packaging to the Rich in Life eyeshadow palette. So we have 4 shades. One is obviously for the light, one is sort of like light medium, one is for medium dark, and one is for sort of the dark deep skin tones. So hopefully there'll be something there for everyone. Each palette contains a blush, bronzer and a highlighter, and they're super convenient for like traveling as well. They've got like a little mirror in there. So this one is the shade Moonlight Glow. This is the lightest one. We've got like a peachy blush, a super light contouring shade, and a beautiful shimmer. This is actually the one that I'm mainly wearing on my face right now, as you'll see in the tutorial. Let me just like swatch this highlight. It's so beautiful on the skin. So this one is Moonlight Glow, which is, like I said, the lightest one. We then have Summer Sunrise. Again, the same concept. This is again a blusher, contour, bronzer and a highlighter. This is of the sort of more like light medium skin tones. Everything is a slightly more sort of pinker undertone to complement it. Again, I will swatch the highlight shade for you so you can see. They're all super buttery and creamy. I feel like if you can be like slightly heavier handed or lighter handed, it's going to work for all the sort of skin tone colors in between. We then have, if I can open this up, the You Are Gold face palette, which is sort of the medium dark skin tones, which looks like this. Again, a lot more of like a richer color. Definitely a lot more complementative and suited for someone of a medium to dark skin tone. I'm actually going to swatch the bronzer on this one because this just looks so buttery and it's so pigmented, which it is. I was not disappointed. I was not wrong. And the highlight is definitely sort of more of the gold color to really complement that skin tone. And again, a bit more of like a peachier plum blush shade to complement the skin. And then finally, we have the Dusk Till Dawn face palette, which is for the sort of dark, deep skin tones. Wow, this one actually looks gorgeous. So we've got a beautiful dark golden sort of bronzy highlight. Again, a darker matte bronzer and a more deep plum blush to complement the darker skin tones. And I'd actually maybe use that as like a shimmery bronzer on myself. So you can always kind of pick and choose out the other ones to see which is going to complement you. And you guys know I love a shimmery bronzer. But obviously on someone with a deeper skin tone, this is going to be the most gorgeous golden highlighter. But yeah, all of these retail for £8, which I think is super affordable, which is I think $12. So yeah, there's so much to choose from. All of it I feel is super inclusive, which is always a must-have with any sort of makeup product and collaboration. I'm so excited for you guys to see them in action. As you can see, I've already done my makeup and I know how these perform and they are absolutely beautiful. I've left the link to them if you're already super excited and just want to buy them without seeing them in action. They are linked down below for you guys. But yeah, without further ado, if you want to see this how to look rich AF, bougie, expensive makeup tutorial featuring the new Rich in Color, Rich in Life collaboration with Patricia and Revolution, but obviously using all the Revolution stuff, so it's super affordable, then please keep watching. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes first, just because I want that really like elongated, sultry kind of look going on, and I think I'm gonna be actually using both of the eyeshadow palettes. But to begin, I'm gonna use the Rich in Color palette and just take this shade here called Queen, which seems appropriate, and just use that as my initial transition color. I really like the fact that the Rich in Color palette isn't just loads of bright colors, it gives you the transition shades as well, so you can really do a lot with that palette. Making sure to buff it out really far so you can clean up underneath and get a super winged out look, which is kind of why I like doing my eyes first. You can wipe away underneath, or you could use tape. I did used to be a huge fan of using tape, and then I ran out of tape and I've just never repurchased it. Okay, so once I've buffed that shade in to both of my eyes, I'm gonna go into the Rich in Life palette and take the shade Brown Sugar. You guys know the drill. I'm just progressively getting deeper and deeper in the creases before we move on to a shimmery lid shade. Both palettes do actually have the Rich in Color palette, as you would have seen, has just kind of like a few matte brown shades, but all of them are of like the sort of warmer nature, which I feel like people are coming to realize is just so complementary on every eye color. So it's kind of more of a safer option, but the pigmentation on these mattes is beautiful. Again, just taking some brown sugar. I'm then actually going to go back into the Rich in color palette and take this shade called All Spice. It's just a beautiful, really warm brick brown, which I love, and really just pack this on the outermost part of my eye, just to really darken up the edges and give that elongated effect, which is what we're gonna be going for. I can see that in the viewfinder and it's looking sickening. Finally, I'm just gonna take a smaller fluffy brush and the shade Irreplaceable from the Rich in Life palette, just as like our final transition color, because we are gonna be cutting out the crease, which I haven't done in ages, which I'm so excited to do. And just, again, focus this on the outermost part of the eye, but take it all the way across, but just up in the crease. And again, the same on this side. Yes, these blend together so well. Like, not that I would expect anything less, but sometimes with mattes they can be a bit chalky, but Revolution never has that problem, and these ones just reiterate that because they're beautiful. Okay, like I said, I'm now gonna cut out my crease, and I'm just gonna use the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have cut out my crease. I have not done a cut crease look in so long, but I feel like this just makes you look like you've gone and got your makeup done. It looks so like put together and professional. Like I've just had a makeup artist around to do my makeup. Rich vibes, that's what we're going for. So in terms of the lid color, I definitely want to use that pressed glitter from the Rich in color palette, but I feel like that's definitely more like a lid topper. So I think I'm gonna take this Diamonds for Breakfast shade, because how appropriate is that in terms of looking rich and bougie? Obviously we're having diamonds for breakfast. So I'm just gonna take that shade on a flat shader brush, and I don't really like to set the concealer because then it has a little bit of a tack, and shimmery and satin shades tend to stick to that better than just powder. So I'm just gonna pop that on my lid. Ooh, this is buttery AF and looks so pretty. It's like a satin, champagne-y, mauvey gold. I feel like this look is also perfect for like New Year's and stuff like that. It looks beautiful. I'm then actually going to take the shade Shining, which is a sort of like more warmer tone satiny shade, and what I like to do is just use that to diffuse the satin colour that we've just put on the lid onto the warm colours in the crease, if that makes sense. I'm just going to pop that just on the outer part of the transition here, like so. Also just gives me another excuse to use these beautiful shades. And again, just kind of like on the outermost part of the transition. I'm hoping these like terms I'm saying are making sense. I feel like it's been a really long time since I've done a proper makeup tutorial, which is why I'm sort of like getting back in my zone. Okay, now the kind of lid shades and stuff are done, it's time to add the glitter, which I'm not really sure how you use these kinds, so I'm just gonna have a little play around. This is the shade Wow. As you can see, it really was just like a pressed glitter, and I think you use these best with your fingers, so I'm just gonna go ahead and like tap this on the top of the shimmer shades just to add that beautiful, rich, expensive looking sparkle to our eye makeup. Actually, it works quite well with a little brush. It just adds the most subtle little bit of sparkle, which is what I want. I didn't want too much glitter, just more of like when you blink your eye and the sparkle shows, it just says rich, expensive, bougie, don't touch me, I look amazing. That's the vibe. Again, just gonna like press but drag a little bit. So like press with a little bit of motion. That's how I found that this works the best. Press, drag, sort of like across the eye. This specific glitter does have like a little bit of fallout. So again, would 100% recommend doing your eyes first, just because you don't wanna like have to worry about this kind of stuff, especially if you're just having a little play. Okay, right, I'm gonna finally add one last color, and it is gonna be a mix of the Jet Setter and the black shade from the Rich in Life palette. And we're going to really smoke out our lash line and create a little smoky wing. Again, smokiness and sultriness just scream like elegance and rich bougie vibes, which is, again, what we're going for. So I'm just going to take like a little flat shader brush and mix those two together and just really like press this. Oh my god, that's pigmented. Onto our upper lash line. We're basically just kind of creating a winged eyeliner, but with eyeshadow, and just really like smoking it out. Like you can see already, this looks so sultry, and you could just use the Stargirl, which is just the black, on its own, but you know me, I prefer things to be like a little bit softer, so I'm just going to be mixing a dark brown in there just to keep it looking soft and smoky. You can really just be messy with this because we are going to be going in with a white. These, oh my gosh, that is pigmented for a shadow, especially on top of shimmers. If you do makeup and know this, sometimes it's hard to get that pigment and that matte looking effect, but this is beautiful. I'm gonna take it out to about there. You can kind of see like what I'm doing here. Same again on this side. Wow, this is literally like the butteriest matte I've experienced. And again, just kind of creating a sort of winged out shape because we're gonna really create that wing with the white to clean up underneath. So don't worry about it looking too precise. As long as like the angle's there, you're good. I look hilarious. We're good to go. Like I said, I'm just gonna take a little makeup wipe and clean up underneath my eyes. Then I'll show you kind of what the finished effect is gonna look like. So this is what I mean by just cleaning up underneath the eyes with a wipe. And this is basically the finished eye look done. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some mascara and some lashes, and then I can show you the finished eyes. We'll go through base really, really quickly, and then we can move on to the face palettes. Okay, so I have just whacked some lashes on these eyes. Oh my god, I've not done an eye look like this in ages. I feel like I'm throwing it back to some like bougie glam here. But yeah, I'm gonna quickly run through what I'm gonna be using on my base. All of these products are again Revolution, super affordable, and just some of my favorite products ever. Give you the most flawless looking base, looking rich, velvety, like you've just spent $100 million on someone doing your face. So yeah, let me run you through it. To hydrate and prep my skin, I'm using my Hyaluronic Fix Spray, and then priming my skin using the Revolution Hydrating Primer and just buffing that into the skin. For foundation, I'm using my favorite Conceal and Define foundation. This is the shade 12, just to match my fake tan. I love this. It's so full coverage, but so velvety and rich and beautiful on the skin. It looks amazing in photos. And then to kind of help lighten and brighten up my face, I am taking the Conceal and Define concealer, and this is in the shade 8.5. This is actually their supersized concealer, and just buffing that in with a sponge. As you can see, this does really help to lighten and brighten my face and really help to conceal my under eye bags, which I need some serious help with. But then to bronze and contour out my skin, I'm taking the Fast Base foundation stick in the shade F13, just to make things look smaller and warmer. So again, my jawline, chin, cheekbones, forehead, all of that good stuff. I kind of prefer this over powders. But speaking of powders, I'm just going to set this all in place using the Lace baking powder. Okay, so base and brows are now done. Before we move actually onto the skin makeup, I'm just going to go ahead and finish off my eyes. I'm going to dip into the Rich in Life palette and take that same shade Brown Sugar that we, wait, where's my brush gone? That we used in the crease, which is this one right here. And just connect it all and buff it all together. We want dark, sultry vibes. Yes, like so. Then I'm going to highlight my inner corner by taking this shimmery shade from the same palette called Darlings, just to brighten up our inner corners. Like so. Okay, so I just popped on some bottom lash mascara as well. These are the finished eyes. I'm obsessed. Again, this is meant to just be sort of like a rich, expensive, bougie looking makeup tutorial, but I feel like you could apply this to like New Year's or Christmas or just any sort of like glam event where you want to look super expensive and bougie and just super, super glam. So I'm obsessed with these eyes, and the subtleness of that pressed glitter when you just sort of like tap it on your eye, I think is beautiful. But now, like I said, we can move on on to the face palettes to complete this look. So as you guys know, there are actually 4 face palettes to choose from, but I think I'm going to use a Moonlight Glow and also a Summer Sunrise. They look like this. They're fairly similar, but just one is the light one and one is a slightly more medium one of the 4, which is more suited to my specific skin tone. So I'm actually going to take the Moonlight Glow one first. I might actually end up using all of this one, and this is the light one, but I'm just going to go ahead and take that contour shade in the middle and use that on my nose area because it's the perfect light cool tone shade. You don't want to go too heavy on a nose contour, but this looks perfect. And then I'm gonna take the Summer Sunrise one, which is the medium sort of shade, and I'm gonna lightly dip in that contour palette and just use that to just go over where we sort of cream contoured. Really just kind of set that in place and define those areas like so. And then actually I think for blusher, I'm gonna dip back into the lighter one because it's slightly more of a peachier undertone, which is something that I really prefer on my skin tone. Ooh. Throw the brush everywhere. That's beautiful. Super subtle, and I feel like it just sort of like ties in with the warm tones on the eyes. And then finally to highlight, I think, yeah, the one in the Summer Sunrise palette is just like a little bit too pink for me. So I basically mainly just used the Moonlight Glow one, and I'm gonna take the Champagne Gold in this to highlight my cheekbones and finish off this skin. These are like so perfect for traveling. They're so compact, and the lightweight sort of like metal material, again, just makes it super lightweight to be able to carry around. Yes, super beautiful glow to complete this skin. I think they're so convenient, like I said, to just travel around. They've got that little mirror in there as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off the look by doing a lip, and then I'll be back to round off this video. So I've just done a matte lip, but I am gonna be using the Revolution Pro Hydrating Lip Gloss. This is in the shade Suede. I'm obsessed with this at the moment. Like, wow, it's so buttery and like comfortably like thick. Like look, that has just tied everything together, like with the eyes. I'm obsessed. And finally, again, I'm just gonna take the Hyaluronic Fix Spray. You guys know this is my favorite, just to lock it all in place. But this is a rich AF looking makeup tutorial complete. So you guys, that is the end of this makeup tutorial on how to sort of look and feel rich AF, but obviously on a budget, using all Revolution Beauty products, and mainly featuring the new Patricia Bright Revolution collab, Rich in Color, Rich in Life. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed this way of showcasing her beautiful, beautiful collection, which is now available on revolutionbeauty.com, superdrug.com, ulta.com, and beautybay.com. It will be rolling out on ASOS as well as in-store in all of the places that I mentioned in the next few weeks. Can't wait for you guys to be able to get your hands on it and have a play for yourselves. There is so much to choose from, and I love the concept and mantra behind this collaboration. So congrats, Patricia, on this. It is absolutely stunning. Everything I have used and mentioned is linked in the description bar down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.